My name is Robson Green. I'm an actor and a fisherman. After 30 years chasing the wily trout and salmon in the tranquil rivers of the northeast, I fancied myself as a bit of an expert.
Woohoo! Yeah!
How wrong I was.
Whoa, there it's running!
Last series, I went on a globe-trotting fish-finding mission that tested my abilities to the max.
Get in!
This time, we're taking things even further, from one end of the planet to the other. So I'm catching fish in some of the iciest locations in the world.
This has to be the coldest place I have ever visited.
And some of the steamiest. I'm working with those who risk their lives to feed us.
I will never complain about being an actor ever again.
And experiencing some traditional fishing methods and some not so traditional. It's one man versus nature in waters a million miles from the gentle streams that I'm used to.
I caught a crayfish. Good things come to those who wait.
This is extreme fishing.
This is why we came here. Look at that fish.
In these 8 shows, my new adventure takes me to the far corners of the Earth. From the sun-kissed Philippines to the edge of the Arctic. From the Australian wilderness to the Niagara Falls. I'm going upriver and into the oceans.
Fish on.
Chasing some of the most exciting,
Look at that!
powerful,
Randy!
and outrageous fish on the planet.
Just take a look at that.
I'll be learning how the natives do it, how the professionals do it, and how this Poncy Geordie actor does it.
Yes, he went in.
How way the lad. This week I'm in southern Australia, where men are men and wussy actor poms like me get called Sheila.
Stop fucking...
With around 6,000 miles of coastline, warm waters and abundant sea life, this is where Australia's commercial fishermen harvest the weird, the wonderful, and the downright menacing of the Southern Ocean. And on this week's show, I'm going to be joining them. My journey starts near Port Lincoln, Australia's fishing capital. Fishing is big business here, and Port Lincoln has more millionaires than anywhere else in the country. And just south of town, I'm going to try one of the most profitable and dangerous forms of fishing in Australia.
There's a cage involved with a propeller, a fixed air supply, and one very scared Geordie, because this is great white country.
And I'm going into their backyard to get a seafood so expensive, it's like the Australian equivalent of caviar.
Not a bad spot to be eaten by a shark.
Brothers Billy and Bob Ford hold a precious license to dive for the rare abalone sea snail.
Right, who's Bob and who's Billy?
I'm Bob.
Bob, pleasure.
But I will
Robson.
answer the bill.
Billy, pleasure. So we're going fishing for a load of old mollusks today, are we?
Abalone, yes we are.
Yeah? Why are you going fishing for snails?
Because that's that's the business we bought into.
And that business is incredibly dangerous. A reinforced steel cage is essential, given their various close encounters with great whites.
And I looked up, and it was coming straight at me. It was really quiet. The fish had vanished. You see the grin on its teeth as it goes past, and he just glided past and disappeared into the mist.
Oh, joy. Billy and Bob's father started the family business in the 80s for £85,000. Today, abalone are so sought after, it's now worth nearly $4 million.
Billy, I'm just looking at the cage here and looking at the airline and the depth of the water and the notion that there might be sharks out there. I am apprehensive. Yeah, I'm slightly worried. Scared is another word.
Once I've done my little bit, we'll go catch a bag of abs, and then we'll do some serious training.
Good.
And you'll be feeling absolutely fine.
No, I won't.
Billy is going to dive first to let me see what's involved.
It's all very hardcore, this. What's I thinking? I'm a fly fisherman, not a bloody abalone fisherman.
I mean, it's all a bit much. The abalone beds are up to 100 feet down, and there's a fixed airline and propeller controls to deal with. That, and the fact you have to keep a cage round you, just in case of sudden shark attack. It's insane. While Billy prizes the abalone out of their beds, Bob has to monitor his brother's safety on the surface.
As you can imagine, you're drifting all the time. And you just follow the hose and the bubbles. It gets difficult sometimes if the wind's really blowing, the tide's running, and you stand here going, where is he, where is he, where is he? Like, because the main thing is not to drag him. You don't want any pressure on the hose whatsoever.
Well, you'll know if there's something wrong with me, because I will come out of that water like a Polaris missile.
After 30 minutes, Billy sends up a bulging bag of precious abalone. But is it really worth all this effort for some glorified sea snails?
There you go! That's what they're after! The abalone. What would that bring in a restaurant?
Well, $100 a kilo, 200 grams, 20 bucks for us.
Full bag now? Got about $1,000. I know why they do this type of fishing. They're not short of a few bob. Bob by nature, Bob by name.
Bill's coming up now, so grab him, mate. Just pass the hook to him and he'll hook it on.
As Billy surfaces, no sign of any sharks. Yet. The abalone are removed from their shells on board. Quite what the attraction is has so far escaped me.
I mean, you must admit, Bob, they look bloody awful. What bright spark all those years ago took one of these off a rock and thought, oh, that would be lovely with a plate of chips.
I've got no idea. Now it's basically slide straight under the foot, pull it back, and that's it.
And that's it. So do you eat the whole thing, or is it just this bit here?
No, they'll eat the whole lot.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's it? And we just put that in the bucket?
Chuck it in the bucket.
Chuck it in the bucket? And this bit's no good, no?
They make sauce and stuff out of the roe, this bit here.
Yeah. Sauce? Yeah. Would you have that type of sauce on your abalone, let alone anything else?
A bag with 500 pounds worth of abalone goes into the box. Unfortunately, now it's my turn to go down.
Heart rate's just gone up another 20 a minute.
Calm, relax, breathe, breathe.
Yes, that's easy for him to say. My thoughts are rapidly turning to imminent death. We start in the shallows and Billy goes in too, to help me get going.
Okay, how you feeling? Feeling very apprehensive and very scared and very nervous.
The plan is for Billy to squeeze into the cage with me, just in case a shark comes at us. I'm after 5 abalone. That's all an unlicensed diver like me is allowed to take. But even one looks impossible. I'm an absolute shambles.
You've got so many things to think about. The cables could get tied up.
I try again, and at least get moving. Billy spots a promising area, but steering the cage over an abalone bed like he does is a non-starter. I decide to nip out, forgetting all about the sharks. But the abalone are too well camouflaged, and I can't find any. This is ridiculously difficult. I'm floundering about, totally unprotected. But finally, with Billy's help, of course, I do get myself 10 pounds worth of green lip abalone.
Got the green lip. There is no way in a million years that I could spend 6 hours under here. And I'm doing 6 feet diving. These fellas do 90 feet, and they do it for 6 hours.
Staying in the shallows, I also manage a couple of the cheaper, less tasty black lip abalone. But I've still not caught my quota, so we go out deeper, to where the main abalone beds are. Billy drives as I'm hopeless. We're now into serious open water, great white territory. As we head down, there's movement in the gloom. Thank God, it's only seals. I get out to say hello. But Billy gets me straight back in again. The seals are beautiful and a joy to behold, but great whites love to eat them. So hanging round a seal colony is not a good idea.
But I'm getting out now, because I'm scared. Robson Green, scaredy cat, and extreme fish.
I have caught a few abalone, so it's time to quit while I'm ahead. It's been exhausting and not a bit stressful, but worse could be to come.
They think I'm going to eat these. They must be smoking something very strange.
But this is extreme fishing, so of course I'm going to have to eat green snails. Back on dry land, and I join the third Ford brother, Tony, apparently a dab hand at making abalone palatable.
You know, first appearances, I wouldn't go anywhere near that. But you're going to make that look so lovely, I'd eat the whole lot, yes?
Yes, certainly am.
Good luck, Tony. The abalone is sliced, then given a good bashing to soften it up. Apparently some people in Asia eat it raw, sashimi style.
Not for the faint-hearted. So you've got a beautiful sort of...
I can't.
Oh, lovely.
I can't. I really can't. It's got to come out. It's got to cut the camera. Anyway, the weather's nice, isn't it? No.
We'll do this.
Oh! God, that goes through you.
It can be shallow fried though, and it better taste good or today will have been a ridiculous waste of time.
No, what does it taste like? Does it taste like a mussel? Does it taste like a scallop? No. It tastes like abalone and nothing else. It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank goodness for that. I'm in southern Australia, discovering the lengths Aussies will go to for a tasty seafood snack.
Oh, I really can't. It's got to come out. It's got to cut the camera.
Now I've travelled 3,000 miles west to just south of Perth for a very special date. Today is Australia Day, and I'm going to be helping local Steve Anderson gather food for a traditional Australia Day barbecue. The shallow estuary at Peel Inlet is an ideal habitat for feisty blue manna crabs, which patrol here in their thousands.
We can set the rope up, you jump in with goggles and snorkels on, and I'll just tow you around. You can use a hook and a welding glove.
So I don't just jump over the side, you're going to tow me on a rope?
Yeah, pretty much, mate, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a knocking bet I'm going to get nipped today, isn't it?
Let's hope so.
That's why you're doing it. You like the little excitement. You're looking forward to me getting nipped.
Got to get back at the ponds, mate. That's what it is.
So you're just towing me along.
That's it, mate.
I spot a crab. I'll give you the thumbs up. Seen one. What should I do?
Chase him down, and then they bail up. They'll bail up, put their nippers in the air, so use your hook here. You can hook him and grab him.
Hang on, so I'm a crab.
Yep.
I'm a
That's
crab.
it.
10
so,
legs.
Big nipper.
Big
You
nipper
can
there.
hook his nipper.
Get it like that?
Yeah, hook his nipper, lift him up, grab him with your other hand. And we have these gloves for the pommy divers, mate, because I know you've got soft, flappy hands.
Yes.
Aussie guys just grab them without the gloves.
But let me tell you, an ego heals much quicker than an amputated finger, Steve.
So off we go, hunting the blue manna crab. And it's not long before I spot one. First, they do a runner. Then come straight at you.
Got a bit of a shot, that's all. He just jumped in, he came for me.
We're going to get another one, mate.
Aggressive, eh?
Next time, I'm prepared for a titanic battle.
Yelling! They're aggressive little buggers. He can swim fast. Oh, bugger, he's not very... He looked massive underwater.
They do look massive underwater, though.
When they come up, they turn off, go for you.
He went for my neck. These things can do serious damage.
The body has to be over 4 inches long to be a keeper, so I've got to go again. This one looks like a beast. And scraps like Ricky Hatton.
Oh, please let that be legal. That was a hell of a fight.
Check the size.
The size?
Yeah.
Get in! You've got a good feed, eh?
Let's put him in the bait tank.
We're allowed 5 each by law, and now I'm getting the hang of it.
Just as you're coming over there like that, go on then. Give it a go, Robson. Great fun! That might be a decent size, not sure.
Move, mate.
All right.
Move.
Who's the pommy now? Oh, shit!
Steve obviously doesn't want the pommy doing too well, so he decides to change technique and show me how it's done.
Okay.
It's walkabout time, using scoops.
Take your shoes off, you pussy.
I'm not taking them off. I even told me what you like.
This is even worse. You can't see what's round your ankles.
Bastard! You fucking bastard! Fucking angle, yeah! Fucking hell, bastard! You knew that was gonna happen. I knew I'm gonna put boots on that fucking hurt!
I decide to revert back to my tried and tested technique. And Steve can't resist winding up the pom.
I will so get you back. We can do anything in the edit. We can say anything we like about Australians.
Steve, like many Australian men, is a transvestite. And eventually, he gets his comeuppance.
All right, I think we might have to go and try another spot.
Not so big now, are you? Not so tough. Now, get that off me.
There are loads of these crazy critters out here. Some are massive.
That's it, keeper!
Others are too small.
I'm gonna come back next year for you, lad. Yeah, go on, make my go on.
All of them fight their corner.
No word of a lie, my best day in Australia. Crabbing with Steve.
And throughout the day, Steve keeps the wind-ups coming. But finally, I get me quota.
That's it, keeper! That's what we came for, Steve. Let's go and have some lunch.
No worries, mate.
I've had a great day. I really have.
That's him. That's... Sorry, Steve. Nice trick, mate.
Back at Steve's place, it's time to fire up the barbie.
Big one.
And despite the wind-ups and the painful nips, cracking crabs with Steve is a great way to end the day.
I think we've earned these as well, eh?
You have. You earned your keep today, mate. You've done a good job. For a pommy.
He just couldn't resist, could he?
How they're going in their life.
But there's another delicacy caught out of nearby Fremantle, which mercifully doesn't involve nasty nippers. Instead, these creatures suck. Literally.
Am I going to get sticky?
You're
Am I
going to
get slimed?
You are.
I am.
Yes, we're going to make special care of that.
Right, time to catch a cephalopod.
Yes, today I'm joining brothers Ross and Craig Camilleri to catch the common Sydney octopus. Although I'd rather use me rod, at least they use a sustainable method, with just a few lines of pots allowed over hundreds of square miles.
Right, Robson, these are our separate lines. We're going to try and pull this one today.
Yeah.
Put the grapple over the side, pick up the rope, and then pull it up onto the side of the boat.
What would you get for, say, one octopus on the market?
Oh, about $10 an octopus.
I'm here to work, and it's an expensive catch, so the pressure will be seriously on.
So the pot comes up on here
Pot comes up here.
and slides along here.
You unclip it at this stage here.
Unclip it there.
All right, so we unclip it here, knock the shit out of it.
Knock the shit out of it.
Yeah, throw it over into the pile over here. Okay?
When you say knock the shit out of it, does that take the octopus out?
Take the octopus and all the sand and shells and rubbish that comes out of it.
And
You can
promise you won't shout at me. $10 an octopus, that's a lot of money.
only a little bit.
The first line is snagged, and the pots are on the way.
I just want to have fun when I fish. So why am I feeling tense?
Maybe it's because I haven't learned how to deal with the octopus itself yet. First, I have to watch how it's done.
Hey!
Here's a little one. No.
Cracky, there's one on the way. That's a baby, what we're at. Ah! Stop fucking... Stop it. Whoa, there we go.
There you go, mate.
That's what we're after. Is that a keeper?
That's a keeper.
That's a keeper?
Great. I
I knew that.
Cut his head off.
Cut his head off where?
Brace yourself. Although the brothers say this is the quickest and most humane way to dispatch an octopus, it's a pretty clinical-looking process.
Right, and it is.
Wow.
Okay, and
That
he's
goes in the
not-
Right. Didn't tell me about the chopping the head off bit.
Then it's my turn. It's all so fast, you just have to do what they do.
Yeah, there's something in there. Good size hockey.
That's it. Push down in there. Beautiful, mate. That's good. You got her under control.
Then it all starts to happen.
Flip, 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 flip.
Sorry.
And I've got to keep up.
Come on, Rob.
I tried. Stop shouting at me, you promised.
Each line is over a mile long with up to 400 pots.
You're all right, every 7 seconds.
You can't stop or the octopus escape the pot on the way up. So the faster you pull the pots in, the more catch you get.
Where's the knife?
Come on, hurry it up there, Rob. There's another one on the way, mate.
Sorry.
Come on, hurry it up.
And you never know what you're going to get.
What's that? What's that?
It's only a sponge, Robson. Calm down. Emptying the pots is tricky, and the line just keeps coming.
Pot's coming.
A pot's coming. Get it there.
Pot.
Sorry.
It's relentless, messy work.
Stick that fucking deck. Sorry.
Come on, Rob. You're falling behind, son.
Oh, fuck's sake. Sorry.
These creatures are incredibly hard to handle.
Ah, you bastard. I'm trying. Stop shouting.
Some of them are so big you can't get them out.
Jesus, that size of him.
Come on, Rob. Jesus.
Sorry, I'm trying.
You're getting away.
Sorry about this.
Dave said he wouldn't shout at me.
Pot.
That didn't last long.
You'll have to get him. Sorry.
The backup crew have to help out.
Oh, sorry. Where's the knife?
Before you know it, there's ockies everywhere.
Oh, the octopus is falling out.
It's chaos.
He's got me knuckles. I tell you what, after all this work, it better bloody taste good.
At last, the pots run out.
Fucking hell. That was hard work, man. What on earth? And you do 5 of those a day?
And thank goodness we were wearing gloves. In one of the pots was a tiny but deadly blue-ringed octopus.
Rob, if you were to get bitten by one of these, what it does is it shuts down your nervous system. Your heart stops beating. You can't move. You're in paralysis stage, but you can still hear and you can still see. So people are turning to you and saying you're dead, but in reality you're still alive. Now, if you give heart massage and breathing, then you can keep you going until we get to a hospital. They have a anti-venom there and they can bring you back to life. But most people stop because you look dead.
Nice. Before we head back, there's an initiation ceremony for newcomers. You have to eat a leg raw.
Tell me if it tastes like an oyster.
I've always hated the taste of octopus. Yes, and I still hate it.
Ridiculous initiation ceremony.
I'm back in Australia's fishing capital, Port Lincoln. Here, they really, really love their fishing. So much so, they have an annual carnival dedicated to the fish that put this town on the map. It's called Tunarama. The carnival kicks off with a parade through the port every January, and it has a particularly Australian feel.
That's the mayor of Port Lincoln. That's got nothing to do with tuna fishing whatsoever.
There are fairs, rides and sporting events at the carnival, but one unique competition takes centre stage. Yes, it's the World Championship Tuna Toss, and I'm going to take part.
Afternoon, ladies. My name's Robson Green. I'd like to register for the tuna tossing. How's the competition this year? Fierce?
Very good. Very fierce.
Just by appearances, how do you think I'll do against those other big, bulky Aussie men?
Anytime.
I suspect the ladies of Port Lincoln are just being polite, so I've lined up some expert tuition.
How's it going?
Good, good. How you going?
Ex-world champion Michael Proud and wife Amanda.
So, Michael, is it fair to say that you are a professional tosser?
I would probably think so, yeah.
And Amanda, do you toss also?
You know what? I've never had a go.
Oh, really?
Michael's
Manna
a
just-
tosser in the family.
She just cheers for me.
I've got to leave it up to him.
Would you like me to go first and
Yes,
sort of
you
show
show
you
me.
some?
Yeah.
The throwing tuna is artificial and weighs in at a hefty 9.5 kilos.
Get out of the way.
And Michael certainly knows how to toss it.
Oh, man! Sorry about that. It was him. There could have been injuries there.
Pretty impressive, but he hasn't seen a Geordie in action yet.
That's it.
You'd be worn out before he
Yeah,
lets go. That's not bad.
That's not
That's
bad.
okay.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
Beautiful.
Michael reckons I'll need over 14 metres to qualify for the final.
What was that? That was 8 metres.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so I've got to find 6
6
in
metres.
the next half hour.
Yeah.
What am I doing wrong?
You're doing everything right. You just
I'm just too puny. It's all right. I can take it.
yeah.
I would try and toss with the kids. You know, there's a salmon toss.
What, the salmon and the prawn
Yeah, might be more your style, no offence.
It's not looking promising. Time for the big event. So how big a tosser am I?
Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the Tunarama Tuna Toss for Port Lincoln. We're out to see a few big muscle guys out here, so enjoy yourself, sit back and relax. Thank you.
First up, it's the ladies. Surely I can throw further than this lot. Hang on though. This girl Brooke is supposed to be half decent. Blood and sand. She is unbelievable.
So, any advice for a virgin tuna tosser like myself?
Swing it round, swing it fast, and go for a yell.
Go for a yell.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah? How do you think I'll do? First impressions. Seriously.
It's the boys' turn now, and I'm feeling quite vulnerable. And Michael's effort doesn't help.
I haven't got a chance. How great is this? Bonkers.
This is going to be a disaster.
And, oh, it's me.
One shot is all I get. Come on, Robson. Don't humiliate yourself in front of all these Aussies. Geordie fishing pride is at stake here. It's shy of 10 metres, but not bad for a first-timer. Top 8 qualify for the finals. But just as I'm starting to think I'm in with a chance...
This guy here's an ex-Commonwealth hammer thrower. Brooks' partner.
That tuna is back swimming in the sea. I come in a creditable 30th out of 80, so sadly haven't made it through, unlike Michael.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You qualified, well done.
And you just missed out, but what a throw.
You're very kind and very diplomatic.
But it's the Richard and Judy of tuna tossing who look likely winners.
Brooke and Darren Billett?
Fantastic.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you've got to ask yourself, are they happy?
Well, they'll get another title, another $500, so I would be probably.
Buggers.
It's been a truly bizarre day. And who knows, maybe I'll be back next year for that prawn toss after all. But it's not all fun and games with tuna in Port Lincoln. Some people do make a living off them, although how they do this is still pretty unusual. I'm going out diving with tuna rancher Dave Blacker.
Morning, Chief.
How are you?
Step on it. Step.
So, good morning to be swimming with tuna?
Yeah, perfect morning to be swimming with tuna.
So, because you know, everybody swims with bloody dolphins.
No, we've got something special for you lined up today, and if you're real lucky, you'll get to swim with a couple of sharks as well.
You didn't tell me that. They didn't tell me that. Oh, you and your surprises, yeah.
We're heading 7 miles out to Dave's tuna pens, where I'm lined up to do a maintenance dive.
I didn't know you'd swim with them, but I guess you have to because there's repairing goes on every day. Do the sharks get in?
Basically, 2 or 3 times a week, the boys have to do inspection dives just to make sure that the integrity of the cage is intact.
Are you joking about the sharks? Joking aside?
Well, maybe. We'll have a look when we get here. If there's nothing in the, no sharks in the cage, then I was joking, you know. If there are, then I wasn't.
We reach the huge tuna farm enclosures where Dave fattens up the young tuna caught way out at sea. And there is an intruder inside.
There's a bull fur seal there. They're very territorial. Never mind the sharks, they can take a nasty bite out of you. How many tuna we got in there, Dave?
1,700 pieces in here.
Oh, you can see them flashing by.
Yeah. These fish were caught 200 miles off the South Australian coast. We brought them back and we split them up into these 4 cages, and now we're in the process of fattening them up and conditioning them for market.
Before I go in, it's feeding time.
Oh, we've got pilchards.
This is local caught pilchards. Every day we feed approximately $20,000 worth of product goes into the tuna cages here.
Time to make myself useful.
This one goes in this fella here. Where's this going on there?
Or maybe not.
They told me what to do. I'm just going by instructions here. Hey, Graham, you've made me look right stupid. I do realise this is torture for an angler like myself. You know, it's an angler's dream to catch a bloody tuna. There's 1,700 of them in there. Dave, you don't mind if I just throw a fly line in, do you?
Yeah, we shoot people for that around here.
But I'm still paranoid a shark might be in there.
I know there's sharks in the cages. How'd you get them out?
Normally just wrestle them.
Seriously, you do wrestle them?
Yep.
Have you wrestled a blue shark?
Yes, I have, actually.
When you say wrestle, well, you actually put your arms around it and get it in some sort of...
Hold on to it around the head.
Headlock?
On the fin and swim around. But
Show them who's boss?
You try to.
These Aussies are nuts. The tuna are now in a feeding frenzy.
You ready? Ready? Okay, let's get you in there.
It's time for my big swim. Sharks or no sharks.
They're big and they're moving at speed. I feel like a 7-year-old. I'm so excited.
Soon as I'm in, my worries disappear. These are essentially wild tuna, but they come right up to me for a look and peel away at the last second. It's a truly awesome sight being up close and personal to one of the fastest predators in the ocean.
Don't you dolphins or your bottlenose, this is what you should be doing, people!
Most people only see tuna when it comes out of a can, but this is what I call connecting to your food.
Oh. This is the best aquarium you're ever likely to visit. I am at one with Tinnis, the southern bluefin tuna.
Over the last 2 days, I've had a ball, throwing fish and swimming with fish. It almost makes you think there's more to life than actually catching them. Almost. I'm in South Australia, where so far the only creatures I've caught have been nippy, sucky, or just downright weird looking.
They look bloody awful.
Now all I want to do is catch a normal fish, something you'd find down the local chippy. But Australia's #1 fish of choice isn't the humble haddock. Oh no, they just have to eat something far more menacing. So I'm heading out on fisherman Dave Clayfield's boat to try and land myself a tasty gummy shark.
Morning.
Morning.
Dave?
Morning, Robson. How are you?
I'm very, very well.
Pleased to meet you. Danny?
Let's go for a gummy.
The warm Australian waters are teeming with sharks, but Dave hates to leave things to chance.
Look at this technology. May I sit in the captain's seat?
Go ahead.
Great.
Well, what we've got here, Robson, is a 3D image of the sea floor. And according to the tide and the wind conditions, we can hopefully position the boat directly above or up tide of the fish so our lines fall directly onto the fish.
I've got to ask you this question, Dave. Are we going to catch a fish today?
We're going to catch a fish today.
You bloody better with a vessel
We
like
are.
this and all this technology and all that chat.
We will catch a fish today.
An hour later, and it's time for action. On board is specialist shark fisherman Neil Evans.
Why is a gummy shark called a gummy? It's like a contradiction in terms, isn't it?
Well,
Has it got teeth that can puncture you?
No, God let the gummy shark go without teeth.
With a name like Gummy, you don't think it's going to put up a big fight? It's not one of the biggest of sharks. Is it a good fighter?
Yes, it's probably the best fighter of the lot.
Oh, really?
On goes the smelliest bait we can find, and the shark hunt is on.
You know, we're getting as many lines in the water as possible because that'll create a lot of scent for the sharks around here.
Even though they've got no teeth, it's still a shark I'm supposed to pull in, then eat. Which makes me a tad nervous.
Now then, bit of tension on the boat here. Oh, there's something having a go at my rod here.
I reckon I got touched up. I'm getting touched up too.
Yeah,
definitely.
Then suddenly, I'm in, and it feels massive.
Oh yes, there's something on here. Oh, there's something very big on here. Right.
Is there a fish there, Robson?
Yeah.
But something's not quite right.
The way this is rocking and taking, it might be the bottom.
Ah, not quite what I'd hoped for.
Right, Sherlock.
Yep.
Where's the fish?
They're coming.
Yeah, they're coming.
Yep.
The shark and chips hunt isn't quite going according to plan, so we decide to relocate.
So today, I guess we'll be going to 3 or 4 places in order to get a gummy, yeah?
We may have to, yes. And of course it's fishing and we may not get one.
Don't. Hang on a second. You start the day with the confidence we're going to get one, now you're not so sure, and now you give it the old cliche, well, that's fishing. Dave and Neil and Danny have gone very quiet. You noticed I'm doing all the talking?
But the fish sounder is giving us positive readings.
It comes up about 4 or 5 metres, and you can see a sounding there. That's fish.
Yeah, there's something on.
And it's not wrong.
Still on.
Yeah, go easy on him.
Don't rush him in now. That's it.
Oh, no,
now we got something big on. We got something big on. And I think it's what we're after.
Oh, yeah. He's a big, strong animal. You can't go hard on him. You're just going to break the gear or whatever. He'll try and stay down there. There he goes.
There he goes again.
It's like trying to pull out a fridge freezer.
That fish was coming in really, really easy. And then all of a sudden, that fish thought, Something's not quite right.
Go steady on him. Yep, it's a gummy shark. He's big.
It's a large, threatening gummy, and getting him on board is gonna be tricky.
He's just come up to the boat and he's gonna go for another run.
Wait on the line.
I will, don't worry. There he goes. Oh!
We got him! Yay!
He may be toothless, but this is still a seriously hacked-off shark on deck.
Terrifying, I'm staying here. Look at that.
Close the gate.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Let it get it out.
Stunning looking animal. That's it. Well done, Danny. I would not have been able to do that. Note to self, when you go gummy fishing, Robson, take a friend. Well, that's what we came for. Oh, he's heavy. The gummy shark. Because this fella here has no teeth to puncture you with. And it's the first shark I've ever caught that I want to eat. What's his official name, Neil?
The southern white-spotted gummy shark.
And you tasted him before?
Yes, many times.
You liked him, Dave?
Absolutely, beautiful.
What a great fish. Right, we've got the fish. All I need now is the chips.
Luckily, Dave's boat also includes virtually a full chip shop.
Yes, okay.
Then it's fins off.
Would you use these for a soup or something?
Probably could.
And spine out.
So there you are, Robson. That's the only bone in the shark.
And I have to say, that's the biggest pair of fillets I've ever seen.
Then the final, typically Aussie part, beer batter.
It makes somebody a very good wife, Dave.
Thank you, Robson.
Marry me.
All right.
It's just like being down me local chippy.
Here we go.
With added shark.
Gummy, sir? That's all you have, that's all we've got. Would you like a lemon wedge, sir?
Absolutely.
And that is how you have fresh fish and chips.
Beautiful.
David Clayfield.
Excellent.
This is how the women are in the fish and chip shop I used to go to as a kid. Used to say, hello, Robson, bonny lad. Bah, you're a bonny looking lad, you going for you. What do you want? Quarter haddock.
So how is shark and chips in the end?
The best fish and chips I've ever had. And there's no bones. Beautiful.
I've tasted some wonderful things on this show. And some weird things. I've been under attack and been forced to show these Aussies what pommies are really made of. But one thing's for sure. My trip to Australia has been a right laugh.
Oh, my God!
Next week, I'll be in Thailand.
Mind the elephant. Mind the elephant.
I'll be battling with monsters.
I mean, come on.
Making friends with the locals.
Well, that's just the icing on the cake.
And catching the biggest fish of my life.
Too much, too much, too much, too much. Bloody hell.
It's gonna be one hell of a trip.